let's talk. Who remembers what the Sunday school theme is? Do you know? If you don't know, then keep the hand down. What do you think it is? Nope. Right. The Lord says, my strength is made perfect in weakness. What do you think that means? Well, I'll tell you. We've been talking all year long about the Old Testament. We talked about the people when they were with Moses, going through the desert. We talked about them after Moses died, when Joshua brought them in. And then especially we talked about them with the judges. Remember the judges? And what kept on happening? The people decided that they weren't going to follow God, and they did their own thing. And then what happened? They lost. All of their strength and power was only good to get them beat. And then, when they admitted they were weak, and they asked God for help, what happened? They won. You catch the lesson here? You all catch this lesson. When we ask God for help, He helps us. When we pretend we don't need Him, then we get ourselves into all kinds of trouble. Now, as we wrap up this year and get ready to start next year, we're going to think about what happens next to the Israelites, because they haven't learned their lesson. They had all of these judges, they kept on getting help, and what do they decide? They decide what we need is a permanent leader, someone who is always there, and when he dies, his sons will lead us. Someone like, I don't know, a king, so that we don't have to keep on going to God and asking Him for help. Like it's a bad thing to ask God for help. So they go to Samuel and they say, we want a king. Samuel says, no, you don't. And they say, yes, we do. We want a king. And Samuel says, you really, really don't. All he's going to do is he's going to tax you, and he's going to make your sons serve in his army, and he's going to make your daughters serve him at his tables, in his palaces. It's just going to be a big headache for all of you. Megalo ponokefalo. Big headache. No, they don't have a king yet. God is their king, that's right. God is the one who takes care of them. You're exactly right, Panayoti. Bravo. But they say, nope, we want a king. Pick us a king. So God says, okay, I'll pick you a king. So He picks the tallest man in Israel. Sorry, Christian. But think about that. Because He picks Saul to be the king. And Saul is head and shoulders taller than everybody else. So, Christian. Tallest man in the church. So that's the first king. But Saul, although he trusts God to help him win some battles and rule well at first, Saul starts to decide he can do this by himself. He's strong. He knows what's going on. And God says, nope, not going to stay king. So God sends Samuel to pick a new king. Anybody know who He picks? What do you think, Daniel? No, who does God pick to be the new king? Do you know? The wisest person. You would think so, but no. He picks not the tallest person, not the smartest person, not the smallest person, although he's still young. So, don't tell me his name, but tell me what he's like. He picks the humblest person. Humble. Humble means you know you need help. Humble means you know that you make mistakes and you ask for forgiveness. Humble means you don't think you can do it all by yourself. You know who He picks? What's his name? David. There we go. I know you know that guy. We see David all over the place, right? And who is David's great so many greats grandson? Jesus, right? So now we are sort of getting towards the beginning of the story. But remember, as you go through the summer, before we get back and have the story of David and all of what actually happens here, What is the thing that makes David a good king? Is it that he's strong and always wins battles? No. It is because God's with him, but that's right. But that's what is it about David? What do you think? He's humble. It's not that he's smart. It's not that he's strong. It's not that he's wise. It's that he's humble and he trusts God. And that means that in the course of his life, he has a lot of opportunities to kill Saul and just take the throne. He could do it. But he doesn't need to take the throne because he's humble and he knows God will give him the kingship when it's time. Hey. So, remember, my strength, God says, is made perfect in weakness. We're all weak. Really, really, really. Even if you go to the gym every day and can bench press an impressive amount to bench press, what is that, 350? Is that even possible? Okay. If you can bench press 350, if you're strong, you're still weak. All of us are weak. We have to remember that. And humility, being humble, is recognizing we're weak. We need to trust God. If you remember nothing else from Sunday school, remember, God's strength is made perfect in weakness, which means we need to know we are weak and be humble and ask God for help. Okay? So stand up, go back to your pews, back to your families, and wait for the parish council to